Alrighty then, let's get this started. Boom! Righty then, hello everybody, AB Trains here, back with another live stream here on the channel. How are we all doing this rather windy evening? Let's see who we've got here. Hello BR Level Crossings and Trains UK. Hello what the hell does that say? HB the Train Fan 375. Hello to you. Hello Edwards Level Crossings and Trains UK. Well, you could say it's the old Premiere Scream, except it isn't. It's a slightly newer one. It uses the old Roblox night countdown music, which, in all fairness, it's actually the BBC Three test card music thing that they used in 2016 prior to their move online. That lasted well, didn't it? Because they pulled a Nick Minute a couple of years ago, I think. Hello AB Land, an OG viewer of the channel. Hello Creeper. Oh yeah, Creeper. Kind of anything without Creeper. He says Digiv Galère to you as well. Hello East London Transport. Spoiler alert, he's one of the folk on here. I'll have them introduce themselves in a few ticks. I received my Yoda alarm just in time for New Year's. Good for you. Hello MDF Photos and Videos. Happy New Year to you. Hello Northern Travel Videos. Again, he's another one on here. Well, I don't think I need to allow them to introduce themselves because they literally just done so already in the live chat. Righty then, I think that's everybody. So yes guys, welcome back to another stream here on the channel. As I've stated earlier, we are back once again a year on from the last New Year's countdown thing. Give me a minute while I try and figure out what to say next. 2,000 years later. Let's try that bit again. So we are back once again for another New Year's thing where we take a look back at some of our moments this year on this channel and count down towards 2025, I guess, along with some other stuff if I can think of anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to get to the reflection bit of this year. I've even got some notes here of what I'm going to talk about. And then we're going to do the countdown as per normal. Except I'm going to add a twist to it. So remember last time where I did the crab raid thing at least a couple of minutes before the new year? You remember when I did that last time I did something like this? Well, I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to try and do it slightly better than... Suddenly I sounded Australian or New Zealand then. Good start to this, isn't it? But yeah, I'm going to do the crab raid thing, and I'm going to try and do it better than I did last time, because the moment that the thing occurred, when the year switched, I think we was about a little under a second early, if I can remember. But it doesn't really matter, does it? At least we've done it. and we've done it better than one could have hoped. Just a minute, just sorting my laptop out because it just shut off on me. Righty then, so without a shadow of a doubt, let's get straight into it. Right, the time is currently 23:11 on Tuesday, the 31st of December 2024. Will be the last time I say 2024. Well, hopefully, anyways, because earlier this year I kept on saying 2023 when it was 2024. Someone will probably take note of that. Oh yeah, and I'm also joined on call by the two people who are also watching on stream, and those are East London Transport.
Good evening.
And Northern Travel Videos.
Hello.
Right, now that we've got all the introductions out of the way, and of course the big hellos, there'll probably be some more people joining in as we go along. Always need...
very enthusiastic there, did I, when I said hello?
It doesn't really matter as long as you've said something, I guess.
That is very true.
Been a while since I watched one of your streams, so it's good to be here. Well, quite. It's actually been a while since I last did a stream. The last time I did a stream was on St. David's Day, and it was a bit of a nightmare. And that stream is privated for numerous reasons, but I'm sure a tiny amount of you will know why. Always need to all behave during the stream. Well, quite. It clearly said on there, didn't it? Although the bit where it said behave was mainly just it goes out to a minority of people who decide to come up here and make this a complete farce, when really they're gonna...
It's not really needed.
It's not really needed. Not
necessary.
Not for a time like this. Surely not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sound my Yoda alarm on the French tone for 60 seconds at 0000. You go and do that when the time comes. Hello, Oliver W. Train Spotter.
Do you want me to read out the chat for you, Adam?
You can do. Mind you, I'm gonna get to the highlights of this year.
Yeah.
Right then, let's get to the 2024 highlights. So, we can't start this. Do not shut off on me, thank you. So, we can't start the stream, the year highlights, without mentioning the icing on the cake. And that is the 10 years. Because obviously, this year was the channel's 10-year anniversary season.
I forgot about that.
So we were celebrating 10 years of being on the interwebs, specifically YouTube. The channel launched on August 9th, 2014, and it basically started off with various Roblox content, Minecraft content, and other stuff, including the odd turbo dismount video, which lasted long. It didn't really, but there were a few up on there. We also had some Angry Birds content, and then we've also saw the arrival of Tom and Ben content in early 2015. And then, of course, the train content started to arrive, and here we are to this day. It's all explained...
Train 375 just said, and here's to another 10 years unless YouTube nukes itself.
Well, hopefully YouTube doesn't nuke itself. Unless it does a really big oopsie, in which case we're all completely effed. Have you heard the National Lottery's New Year's Eve Big Bash on ITV1? Yes, I have, because I've just been and watched it. I mean, I was expecting it to go on until about 7:45, because, you know, National Lottery, you'd think that they'd also do the Euro Millions and Thunderball. but they did they?
Faber Rooney just said, have you put your balls in the pot for tomorrow's draw?
Really?
Describe it.
Well, first of all, why am I not surprised to see you on here? I might have known you might turn up sooner or later.
Eventually.
But yeah, I did partake in the Euro Millions and Thunderball, and sadly I didn't win anything. I only got a couple of main numbers on the Thunderball, and only got one number on the Euro Millions. But it's all about the taking part, I guess, not just the winning.
It's all about the participation.
Yes, quite. Oh, and behave yourself as well, otherwise I'll chuck you off. Right, where were we? We was on about the 10 years, weren't we? So,
Yeah.
although I've probably already covered it right now. So, next up we have the arrival of Corby Glen. So, Corby Glen was a former station on the East Coast Main Line. It's literally just a 10-minute drive away from me. So, I went over there, did the station history, and filmed several trains over there. And I guess that's it, really. What more can I say? When will you come up to Scotland? I'm just about to come to that. Just bear with a minute. So yeah, I went up to Corby Glen, did a few videos over there, along with the station history, and I guess that's really it for Corby Glen. There's not really much I can say about that besides being one of my local filming spots, and the fact that there was once a station there, and it closed in the late 50s to passengers, and completely in the early 60s.
Was that due to the beaching codes?
Probably, yeah. Right, anyways, we move on to John's level crossings and trains. So I met John's level crossings and trains in Oakham, in Rutland, because he was staying in England, well, specifically the East Midlands region of England, for about a week. I think it's a week. I might get corrected on that if I'm wrong, but he was staying in England for around that amount of time, and I met him in Oakham. We filmed a couple of closures there, and then we moved on to the East Coast Main Line to film at Grateford, Tallington, Lolham, Maxey, Helpston, and also that half barrier crossing that was near Lolham, which I keep forgetting the name. Bainton Green, that was it. That was a quick thought, wasn't it? Bainton Green was the half barrier crossing that we went to. I was hoping to have gotten a double stay there, but we didn't get to, because the strange thing was the timetable said that they were due to pass roughly around the same time as each other, so that got me thinking, oh, we're going to get a double stay there. But it turns out we didn't get a double stay, because they were spaced out by at least a couple of minutes, and it can only be a double stay if the trains pass roughly around the same time as each other. So one goes one way, and then a few seconds later the train going the other way passes. And then we was going to end the note on a visit to McDonald's for lunch, but that didn't happen because we were driving in different cars. That made it slightly tricky to be in some form of contact as far as directions go. I mean, I tried pinging him on Messenger, telling him which way he needs to go, but it didn't really work out in the end, so we just scrapped it and just left it. But at least I got the McDonald's. It's just a pity that John didn't, but I'm sure we got some food somewhere. Next up, we come to the arrival of Stamford Station, and, well, just like with Corby Glen, it was mainly just to film a few trains there, because Stamford, along with Oakham, were the only stations on the Stamford line that were yet to be filmed at, because most of the time on the line I would film at Melton Mowbray, because that's one of two local stations, the other one being Grantham. So I paid Stamford a visit, filmed a few trains there, because it only sees 2 trains an hour, so while I waited for the other 2 to show up, I mainly just looked around the station, because there were a bit of historical bits and pieces there, the station building and an abandoned platform for a branch line, which again closed in the late 50s, early 60s sort of period. And then after that we paid a revisit to the Peterborough to Ely line, which first saw an appearance. I'm just keeping an eye on the time, hence why I'm looking there, and then looking back over there. So yeah, we paid a revisit to the Peterborough to Ely line, which first made an appearance in October of 2015, if memory serves me right. Basically just to see what has changed there, since I've not been in a very, very long time. Some crossings have seen change, whereas some didn't really see much change, but most of them did see change, because most of the crossings were halogen, and when I went to revisit them, they have changed to LED. Oh, and they also changed from penguin barriers to the normal AHB barriers that you see. The 3 horseshoe crossings, well, no, actually, no. 3 horseshoes numbers 1 and 3 were halogen and penguin barrier. Then when I next saw them, they changed to oh dear. They changed to LED, and is that what those barriers are called? SPX, the barriers that are single like this, not like this. There we go. So they changed to LED and SPX barriers. Number 2 didn't really change that much. I think it was halogen last I went. I'm pretty sure it was. It didn't have the penguin barriers, but it was halogen last I looked. Last I visited in 2015. And then it changed. Oh dear. I think bear with me 1 second. My throat's getting dry from all the talking. Always good to have a drink close by.
Indeed. That is
In
very
case
true.
something like that happens. Right. Yeah, I was going on about the 3 horseshoes crossings. So 2 of them were penguin barriers and halogen, which were numbers 3 and 1. Number 2 was halogen, but they had SPX barriers. And when I next visited them earlier this year, they changed to LED. Stay hydrated or else you die. Well, not sure about the dying bit, but yeah, you do need to stay hydrated, otherwise something not very nice might happen. But I should hope not. You shouldn't die for dehydration, although I have heard that there are some cases where you can. But anyways, the reason why I took a drink is because I think my throat was getting dry. It might be because I was rambling on quite a lot. But anyways, next up we come to Reston. Now Reston, most of you will know what Reston is, but for those who live under a haystack, Reston is one of the new stations that opened north of the border up in Scotland. That's the Scotland bit, for whoever said Scotland. Yeah, typical Nathan, when will you come up to Scotland? So, yeah, I'm literally just talking about Scotland, well, now actually, but I will come to the main bit later on. So yeah, I took a visit up to Reston to have a look round, see what there is, as well as film several trains there. Oh dear.
Has your brain gone for that?
Pretty much. Hold on. So I went to Reston to look around the station to see what there is. Then I filmed some trains there, which, there goes the flat brain thing again. Right, let's just say I filmed some trains there, alright? That's probably the best way of putting it. Which, there we go, which was served by LNER, Cross Country, and TransPennine. Sadly, no ScotRail existed there, even though it was a ScotRail station. I guess it's Lockerbie all over again.
I was just about to say that, actually.
But the visit to Reston was actually part of a visit up to Berwick upon Tweed to see my uncle, because we went up to Berwick first to see my uncle, then to have breakfast, then we went north of the border into Scotland to do Reston, as I've previously stated, went up to Reston, and then after I filmed some trains there, went back to England again to begin the 4-hour drive back to Leicestershire. Next up we have the King's Lynn branch. Well, the King's Lynn branch of the Fen line, which saw me finally cover level crossings on the Ely to King's Lynn line, except I started in King's Lynn and worked my way over to Ely, which was served purely by Great Northern in the form of their class 387s, which I've, according to East London Transport, are being replaced by 379s. Am I right in saying that?
It's a rumour that I've heard recently, but they might be keeping a few 387s, but who knows?
Something we'll need to keep an eye on then. Hello JS Crossings. 2025 is also going to mark Mind the Gap's 10-year anniversary, if I'm correct. Is that true? Did they actually? Did they launch in Oh yes, they did. They did launch in 2015 because there was a sign at Delgate Interchange that said the gateway to the city since 2015. So yes, Mind the Gap will be celebrating 10 years. There's a lot of things out there celebrating 10 years. And I guess Mind the Gap is no exception. Well, in half an hour's time. So it'll be their turn to have a 10-year anniversary season. I wonder what Reb might be planning for Mind the Gap's 10th birthday. I hope it's something.
I'd be surprised if you actually get it.
Oh dear. The 379s are going to Great Northern, whilst the 387s may transfer over to Southern. Southern are sending some of their 377-1s to Southeastern. Well, there we go then. But again, as East London Transport stated, it is a rumour.
You should say that. There's been posts on Facebook and whatnot of some Gary Express 387s being with Southern.
Can't seem to make their mind up. It's either Southern or Gatwick Express that tends to do the airport runs. Well, hopefully we'll see more action from Gatwick Express rather than having Southern do it for them. Otherwise, what's the point of them existing? Right, yes, the King's Lynn branch. So I finally got to cover the King's Lynn branch. Started in King's Lynn, then worked my way through Watlington, down the Market, Littleport, and then Queen Adelaide. Except at Queen Adelaide, I only did number 1 and 2. Number 3 I've already covered when I did the Peterborough to Ely line. Except back then the King's Lynn line was shut, so I wasn't able to do number 2 on the day that I did number 3. So it's like each of the crossings having to take turns, except number 1 had more turns, quite funnily enough. But I just wanted to throw it in anyway, so at least I had an extra, per se. Jack Allen wants to know if he wants to join the call.
Are you asking me or?
Well, anybody really. Is it okay if Jack joins?
I'm fine with it.
I have no issue with that.
Alright, well give me a second then while I add you on.
Yeah, he did send me a message asking about that.
Alright. Just give me a second. Hold on a minute. There we go. That's what I needed. Right, there you go, you're added. All he's got to do is hit the join button and you're on. Oh, hello, John's Level Crosses and Trains. We was just talking about you, albeit very limited. Because of my very low brain capacity. Very admittedly. Hello, Jack.
Hello.
Welcome on board. Hello, RT Level Crossing and more in UK. Welcome on board. Right. So let's see what we were discussing. We were discussing about the 10 years, then Corby Glen, then John's Level Crossings and Trains, and his arrival on the channel, then Stamford Station, the revisit to the Peterborough to Ely line, Reston Station, and then the King's Lynn branch, which I've just gone over. Now we come to the arrival of British Railway, which was one of the newer Roblox transport games out there, which I think is meant to be a rival to SCR. And well, whether it was or not, I think it might as well be a competitor to SCR, given what's going on with the 2.1 update and the 1,000 Robux thing, which many channels have gone over, so I won't go over it. But yeah, British Railway made an appearance on the channel. It mainly focused on the level crossings on there. I haven't filmed at any of the stations. But that would come later down the line.
Yes, Crossing also just asked if he can join, or if they can join. I don't know what.
Well,
They're male, female, but,
I honestly don't know. I don't really want having too many people joining all at once. I'm only having a selected people.
Yeah.
Well, so far we've got East London Transport, Northern Travel Videos, and Jack Allen Train Spotter who have joined. So yeah, we're gonna stick to those three because I don't really want to add too many people on. Right, British Railway. So mainly just consisted of the level crossings on there. I didn't film at any of the stations, or unless you count the station crossings. Whether or not you count them is anyone's guess. Who likes fireworks? I like fireworks, but given the adverse weather conditions, I don't think I'll be hearing any, unless I'm really lucky. But yeah, later down the line, I eventually did further into British Railway. But that was in the form of come on, I know I've got it up there somewhere. Oh, for goodness sake, it's happened again.
It's not the Northern Ireland video, no.
It'll come to me eventually. But yeah, I eventually went back onto British Railway later down the line to do further work on it. But I think I know why I just did that thing just then. It's because it relates into a topic which I'll get to in a few moments, so we'll leave it at that. Next up we have the Sleaford to Lincoln line, or the Sleaford to Lincoln portion of the Red Wing line between Peterborough and Lincoln, which saw a revisit to Sleaford East, or Sleaford Station as I call it. Sleaford West, Sleaford North, and finally the arrival of Reston, which was, well, actually no, hold on, I say that, but I actually visited Reston back in 2015, except I did a very crap intro to the closure at Reston, because by the time I got set up it already went down, and all I got from it was just a dog box, a 153, heading towards either Sleaford or Peterborough. It was
How many operators still have 153s? I know Scotland had some.
It was 153 383, I think it was. The past. I'm pretty sure it was 153,383. Whatever it was a 153 that passed. But yeah, I revisited that damn laptop.
Has it gone off again?
Yeah, it's gone into hibernate because I'm not interacting with it. That's why it shut off, and now it won't even do the. There we go. Right, so.
Mine has a habit of doing that sometimes.
Yeah, so I revisited Reston, did a better intro there that time, which included getting. Excuse-moi. Which included getting the amber light and the flashing red lights and the barrier coming down. That was missing from the last Reston video from 2015. Scopwick made a return to the channel. Scopwick made a return to the channel, except when I covered the line, I did Reston, then Metheringham, then Scopwick. Yes, Metheringham finally made an appearance on the channel after all this time. I have visited Metheringham before, but I didn't really film anything there. I just went to the station and then that was it. But I did eventually pay Metheringham Crossing a visit. I actually got 2 closures at Metheringham because I say 2 closures, but really the first closure was a it was mainly just a cancelled closure because the train arrived and then it waited for some time and then all of a sudden the barriers went up, which could indicate that there was some problem going on. What the problem was, I've no idea, but then we waited for some time, then the crossing went back down and the train eventually moved. And then after Metheringham, went over to Scopwick, which, as I said, made a return to the channel. And that was when one of the most bizarre things happened that I have seen at a level crossing. And that was when the one of the barriers on the Lincoln side, which was on the right hand side from my point of view, the right hand side barrier. All the other barriers went down normally, but this one barrier went slammed itself straight onto the floor. And I'm surprised it didn't break going down at that speed.
Like East Bolden.
Beg your pardon?
Sounds a bit like East Bolden.
What do you mean?
East Bolden does that.
Well, East Bolden has done something like that when one of the barriers fell flat on the floor at speed.
Yep.
Yeah, I did say name me one crossing that did something like that, and here we go. We've just got an example, East Bolden. Except when I went there all those years ago, didn't really happen there. Yes, we do have 15 minutes until 2025, and I am keeping an eye on the time. I have got CFAX back on, which made an appearance in the last New Year's stream. So yeah, I am keeping an eye on the clock, and I'm making sure that that stays on, but I'm also making sure that I do cover all this as fast as possible. So yeah, Sleaford to Lincoln line, that was covered, and then that was it. I only did the 3 Sleaford crossings, and then Reston, Scopwick, and Metheringham. I was going to go to Lincoln after Metheringham, but time constraints said no, so we just left it after Scopwick. Next up, we come to meeting East London Transport. Your name's mentioned in that one.
Indeed.
So, East London Transport. He's been on the channel for quite some time, albeit on the Roblox stuff. But this year was the year that I finally got to meet him in person. I met him along with Jack Allen Trainspotter down in
Yes,
Peter.
yes, I returned. Yay.
Beg your pardon?
Huh? What?
What was
been
that?
4 years. It's been 4 years, man.
I didn't even hear what you just said. All I heard was blah, 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 blah.
I don't know. Oh yeah, it has been. It was 4 years since we last met. That was up in Doncaster, and it all happened because I was streaming at the time that we met, and I think I was sat on a bench at platform.
3.
Yeah, it was platform 3, but which side was it? Was it A or B?
3B.
Yeah, there we go. Platform 3. I knew it was platform 3, but I didn't know which side it was. But yeah, it was on platform 3B. I was streaming because I was streaming the train action at Doncaster Station, and then there was a person was walking by, saw me, and then just stood there for like a minute or so. And what did you do after? Did you like notice that I was filming or whatnot?
Yeah. I think it was before you moved to platform 0.
Yeah,
Platform 0.
because you literally just stood there and was like, and then I was like, do you know me or something? I mean, I didn't say it, I thought it. But then, I guess that was history then. And then when your mother showed up, you was like,
Yeah.
that was him. Who's him? That's him. That AB Train's the guy off YouTube. Anyways, back to the topic. So I finally met East London Transport in person down in Peterborough. It's got to be about midway through the year.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, because I think I remember it was. I think it was during a heat wave. That
Yes, it was.
yeah,
Yes, it was,
there we go. I knew that there was a heat wave going on, or at least it was a start of a heat wave. But it was hot, like real hot, when I went down to Peterborough.
I think it was at least 24 degrees or something when you came down.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, we filmed around Peterborough Station. We met on the southern end of platform 1, filmed there for a bit. Then we moved to the north end of platforms 2 and 3. Filmed there for a bit as well. Seriously, we've got 10 minutes left. Bloody hell, time really does fly. I have to really neck it through. I mean, I started this stream at 11 o'clock on the hour, albeit with a slight delay because the settings were being a bit of a dick. Hence why I started late. I do apologise for that. But yeah, I started at 11 because I thought that by starting an hour before the new year, I'd be able to cover things. But no, apparently it's flown through like a bullet. But yeah.
Yes, flown by.
Yeah, we filmed a bit on the northern end of platforms 2 and 3. And I also need to keep an eye on the clock because for this crab raid thing to work, which I've got on there, look, I need to hit play when the clock says 23:58:44. And I did do a trial at least an hour ago. And I actually got it dead on that time. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll hit it dead on for real. Right, And then after we filmed on platforms 2 and 3, the North End, we then moved on to platforms 4 and 5.
Yeah.
The North End of platforms 4 and 5. There was a time where I went to the Southern End to film a few bits and bobs there, mainly because there was a greater angular train that I wanted to film there.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I went back up to the North End because it wasn't long until my train back to Grantham arrived. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for that. Right, I will have to neck through it quickly, so no interruptions or no 1 minute brain dead moments. Next up, we've got the Nene Valley Railway. So this is my second visit to the Nene Valley Railway. The first one I did with UK Trains Fan. I started at Peterborough, went up to Wansford, and then back again. Although I didn't really film on the railway the first time I went on it, but I did on the second time because at the Nene Valley Railway there was the Day Out with Thomas event where where you can ride on behind Thomas between Wansford and Yarwell Junction. There was a Class 14 in operation as well that did the usual Wansford and Peterborough runs. It was 14029 or 5029, I think it was. It was something like that, but I thought that it would have been 14029 given it was a Class 14 that was in operation. And I actually went there with family, hence why you saw the black sign thing saying I can't show this, because I went to the Nene Valley Railway with private family members and I didn't want to include them on video. Even if they did grant me consent, I still didn't want to put them on because, you know, having been on YouTube for a decade now, I should know what would happen if I did put them on video. You know, if I got shit posted, it wouldn't be long before they got added to the mix, so I didn't really want to risk that. Next up we have, oh god, we've got about
6 minutes.
yeah, about,
And the fireworks have started, how nice.
oh, I was wondering what that sound was. Yeah, lucky you got fireworks. Right, we've got about 6 or 7 minutes before 2025.
Mine started about
So
10.
I really got to neg it through. So after the Nene Valley Railway, I did the Grimsby to Lincoln line. I started in Grimsby, then I worked my way up to what was it called? Helsham? Was it Helsham? Let me have a look, if I can do it quickly enough. Hang on a minute. Level crossings on the Grimsby to Lincoln line. 5.
It's not even meant that yet. That's what I'm surprised about.
Hold on. I've got.
It's been windy outside.
Right, here we go. So, it started in Grimsby, worked my way along to Halsham. That was the name of the crossing, Halsham. And then I stopped there. No, I didn't. I didn't stop at Halsham. I stopped at North Kelsey because of the frequency of the line. It was 2 every 2 hours unless a freight was running. But I stopped at North Kelsey to get the freight. Then I returned there again at about September time. So that was Smithfield Road, Moortown, Halton. No, I didn't. Sometime later, I went back to do Smithfield Road, Moortown, Halton Gatehouse, Halton the Moor, Claxby Gatehouse, Claxby and Usselby, and Wellesby Gatehouse. Then in September, I went to Buslingthorpe, Lisingley, Wickenby, Snellan, Stainton, Scothen, Langworth, Reepham, and Cherry Willingham. and I also did Great Northern Terrace as well as Brayford, because I've not filmed at those two crossings in such a long time. Right, we've got about 4 minutes left until 2025, so what I will do is I'll mention the next bit, if I could do it quick enough, or will I not have time? Because it's because of the crab rave thing, because I don't want to miss it. So next up we have Northern Ireland. So in August I paid Northern Ireland a visit, and I met up with John's Level Crossings and Trains and Train Scenes and I, or what was known as Train Scenes and I until he changed his YouTube name some time ago. And to my surprise, there was someone else that showed up. You want to know who that person was?
Who was it?
I'll give you a clue. That person is the guy. Is the person who is behind Northern Ireland Railways on Roblox.
Oh, yeah.
And who, along with a few other people, did a lot of unfortunate stuff when Roblox Night existed.
Yeah, the hacking bit, yes.
Yep, you guessed correctly. Irish operator. To my surprise, Irish operator was there as well. John's Level Crossings and Trains, Train Scenes and I, and Irish operator were there to greet me after I landed at. Bloody hell! There's a lot of fireworks going on.
Bloody hell.
But yeah, all three of them greeted me when I landed at Belfast International Airport from Birmingham, or Aldergrove as the locals would call it. Right, it's 23:58 now, so I'll talk more about Northern Ireland in a moment, because we've got to do the Crab Rave challenge. So, when the clock hits 23:58:44, I'm going to hit play, and then hopefully we'll get it bang on the dot. Right. 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 40. That was as late as a dare. So that's that sorted. Right, let's go up to the CFAX clock and watch it turn into 0.00000 on Wednesday, the 1st of January 2025. The time now is 23:59. Well, of course, this is going to turn first, isn't it? Because that one is a lot later. So we'll watch this one turn first. There we go. The phone says 0.000 on Wednesday, the 1st of January 2025. Now we just got to wait for the CFAX clock to turn. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I did it again. It's 0.00005 on Wednesday, the 1st of January 2025. Happy New Year, everybody. Our first 20 seconds into the new year. And once again, I finally made success on the Crab Rave challenge, which I've seen a handful of people doing. And it's a bit late in doing this, but I've got a cup of tea here as well. Yes, I've got some free tea. Although I'm not sure if he's even here to see that. But I don't really care, do I? Right then. You know what, I'm just going to let it play. I'll just let it play. I'll talk more in a minute. I'm just putting the other television on because I hope I don't get copyright for this, but there's the London fireworks there. And also, Features Gaming is live, so what I'm going to do, because he's live as well, so... Hold on. Say hi to the live.
I don't know if it's me, but it's not really syncing to the music as, you know, as well as I thought it should do. I mean, that was good, but I don't know. Might have tweaked to the number. I mean, we'll go ahead and check it out after this, but... I want my bed.
So do I, but I've still got to keep streaming for a little bit. I think he's busy doing something, but at least he's acknowledged, but that will come to later. And I do have a private server there, so we won't have any certain people on there. But yes, Happy New Year, everybody. We're now in 2025. The time now, we're now in our first 3 minutes. It's 0003 on Wednesday, the 1st of January 2025. Hopefully I won't make the same mistake as I did last year, where I kept saying 2023 in the early stages of 2024. Or will I do it again?
You may understand 2024 this time.
Only time will tell, I guess, but hopefully I will not do it. I know what you're thinking, East London.
I ain't had a word.
I know what you're thinking. Right, anyways, oh yeah, can you... Guys, can you hear any fireworks out where you live?
No, yeah, it's me. It's me.
Well, I know you've got some.
There's a few in my area, but it's calmed down, so...
I can't hear any myself, probably because it's too windy out there.
It's windy in my area.
Yep, Happy New Year, everybody. Hang on. If I go to, I'm going to go on my own live stream on here and put Happy New Year in the chat. If I can find it anywhere.
I'm surprised you've not made us the moderators of your channel, Aaron.
Well, I've made East London Transport moderator.
You haven't made me moderator.
Right, here we go. Happy New Year. There we go. I've plopped that in the chat. Yeah, that's why we had a late start to this stream. Because apparently it was asking me to adjust the tilt thing or some other stream, whatever the word was saying. Because apparently it thought that I was on one tilt when really I was on the other. Everything was set to horizontal, but YouTube didn't believe me for whatever reason.
You're talking YouTube, you.
Yeah.
I know.
I sometimes get that.
And what's also funny is that this is the live stream that was supposed to have gone live, the one with the thumbnail there. This one, however, is live, which is the one you're watching.
Oh.
And it's also, it's not got a proper title either. It just says AB Trains celebrating 10 years is live, when the one that should have gone says goodbye 2024, hello 2025. Looks like I've got a lot of retitling to do, eh? In fact, I mean, I could try and do that.
Yeah, didn't turn my mic off.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of fireworks going on there.
There's someone stopped in my area, so
Here we go. Edit. Right. I'm going to rename this to Goodbye 2024. Hello 2025. And in brackets, live. The thumbnail I'll sort out once I've finished it. There we go. So basically, if you refresh, if you're watching this, if you briefly refresh the stream, like click off and then come back on again, you should get the new title, which should look like this. The thumbnail, as I've said, I will deal with later, once I've done. Right, we're in our first 7 minutes into the new year, so I guess I can now carry on with the highlights. So, Northern Ireland. I already explained a portion of it, but basically I was greeted by John's Level Crossings and Trains, what was Train Scenes and I until recently, because I noticed he changed his YouTube name, and to some surprise, Irish Operator was there as well. And I wasn't expecting to see Irish, but I guess I'm glad that I did in some way, depending on which side of the coin that you're on. But yeah, the main purpose of me going to Northern Ireland was basically to do some rail related stuff there, but most of the time it was to film some level crossings there. I filmed at Antrim, and then I filmed at Kilmackie. Then I was supposed to go into Belfast after I've got myself unpacked at a hotel in Carrickfergus. And the reaction from Train Scenes and I was amazing when I told him where I was staying, because he was lost for words when I said that I was going to be staying in a hotel in Carrickfergus. And he was like, oh, and then just acting like he was, well, almost crying almost. He basically, he faced a wall briefly, eyes covered like this. He was literally, it was basically beyond belief of the news in all effectiveness. But yeah, I was meant to have gone to Belfast after I've unpacked in Carrickfergus, but because my flight from Birmingham to Belfast was running about an hour and a half late because of what they dubbed as a problem with the IT system, but really it was something else. So all these random reasons they come up with, saying we're delayed because of X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. In this case being a problem with the IT system. I think it was because of well, they said it was a problem with the seating arrangement, or if someone was boarding late, or if they had a missing passenger or whatnot. And it just, it got the system acting, hold on, this isn't quite right. But yeah, we eventually left Birmingham 1 hour and 30 minutes behind schedule, so... But, yeah. But yeah, unfortunately I couldn't do Belfast after I arrived because of the reason I just stated. So I basically did Antrim, Kilmackie, and then I just went straight to Carrickfergus and then just rested there, really. And then the following day, I went into Belfast to go and pick up John's Level crossings and trains so that we could start work on the northern leg of the Dublin to Belfast line, main line rather, which is basically the bit between Dundalk and Belfast. Although because back then the bit between Lisbon and Belfast was closed because of the Grand Central works, it had to be between Dundalk and Lisbon, because no trains were running between Lisbon and Belfast. Although I was told that there were some trains that were running on that section of the line for like test purposes in and out of Grand Central as some form of training thing. And I was told that there was a light engine movement, a 201 class light engine movement that was running from... It was either light movement or there was an Enterprise empty stock movement that was running from Portadown to York Road, because there wasn't the capacity to maintain the train at Portadown, because because of the closure of the Lisbon to Belfast portion, Enterprise trains couldn't run to Belfast, meaning they had to terminate at Portadown instead, with replacement buses operating between Newry, Portadown and Belfast.
Oh, I'm back.
Okie dokie. But yeah, we went down to south of Newry. We went to May, and then we worked our way up towards Lisbon. And if I can remember the names better than I did at the time, you'll know this, John. We did May, Points Pass Station, the Lurgan crossings, so that was Station, Lake Street and Antrim Road. Then we did what was after Lurgan Antrim Road? Wasn't it Drumbane? Thank you. We did Drumbane, which, fun fact, is County Down's sole level crossing, and it was the crossing where this decided to die because someone forgot to charge it up. That was me. Yes, thank you, Creeper. I know how to pronounce it. Thank you. But yeah, we did Drumbane. Then we went on to do Moira, I think was next. Moira Station, which is Luke/Thomas's local station. I mean, I was gonna tell Luke/Thomas that, hey, I'm coming to Moira. Do you want to pop along since I'm gonna be your local? I was gonna do that, but then John put me to one side like, I recommend that you don't bring him along, because the Northern Irish railway community isn't very well known for its non-toxicness. I think it's probably worse than it is here in the mainland, you know, England, Wales and Scotland.
Yeah.
Brian's spazzing out.
although I don't really know what's worse, Northern Ireland or the three nations here in the mainland, or as one of Modster's lot would put it, they're both just as bad. But yeah, we after Moira, we went to if I put my mouth in the right spot. We went to Trumurray. Yes, I remember the name. Not like when I did it in person. Trumurray, which was when I did the biggest wallop of all. I've forgotten the crossing's name. As John pointed out there, Trumurray, the crossing you forgot the name of, and I had to ask you, what was the name of the crossing again? It's Trumurray, you dumbass. But yeah, eventually I did get the name. Here we are at Trumurray level crossing in County Antrim with AB Trains, John's Level Crossings and Trains, UK Trains Fan, and DPT Travels. And the time is blah de blah de blah. We're waiting for a Northern Ireland Railway service from. It was going from. Was it going to Portadown or Lisburn? Because I caught two trains at Moira. One was going to Lisburn and one was going to Portadown. I think it would. Yeah, I thought so. Portadown. Because the last train at Moira that I caught, that one was going to Lisburn. So yeah, the one we saw at Trumurray was going to Portadown. And it might have been 4 or 11 because that was going up and down, up and down, up and down. I might have a look. Trumurray level crossing. What on earth is that doing? Oh, the controller's over there. Hold on. Come on. Thank you. There we go. Got it back on. Right. Trumurray. Let's see what I caught there. Right. The thing's over, so I'm going to turn that back off because of copyright.
Yeah, don't want a copyright strike.
No, we certainly do not. Where on earth? No, I've got it. Hang on, I've got a compilation of that on the thingy. I know what the name is, but I'm going to say that later. You probably know what it is, but I'm still going to mention it sometime later in the stream. Let's see. Give me 2 moments while I eventually find what unit it was. There you go. After ages of finding out what it is, it was 4011. Right. And then after Trumurray, we went to Damhead South, then Maze, and then Lishew Road. And then that was all but 2 crossings. Well, 2 if you count the pedestrian one. But all but 2 crossings on the Dundalk to Belfast line. The ones I'm yet to do are the 2 Dunmurray crossings. One of them is Dunmurray Glebe Road, and there's another one which is a pedestrian crossing. It's basically like the one at Whitehead. I also remembering mentioning to you I was going to Tokyo at Points Pass Station, still aiming for September 2026. Yes, you did mention about going to Tokyo. Sooner or later, it might not even be this year, but sometime in my lifetime, I might pay Japan a visit, but it depends because the prices for going that distance, it's fucking expensive, to put it that way. Oh, hello, Transport Videos NI, also known as Train Scenes NI. Wait, I thought you did Dunmurray. I was going to do Dunmurray to see what I thought was going to be an ECS movement from Portadown to York Road. But, Nick Minute, it got cancelled. Or it got pulled off the schedule, whatever. But it didn't run at the end. So Dunmurray will have to be one for the next time I pay the Island of Ireland a visit. I mean, if the line wasn't shut because of the Grand Central works, I would have paid Dunmurray a visit, but it's just one of those things that we just can't control. Odd, they don't usually cancel ECS. Well, tell that to Luke/Thomas, because he was the one that was giving me the information. I swear, if it was running when I found out that it wasn't running, I'd be fuming, because otherwise I would have gone there for nothing, only to be told it's not running, and then what do I see the next day? Oh, what's that? It's a DD set going past Dunmurray, going from Portadown to York Road. I've just been lied to! He's always speaking with shit. Innit? You don't know whether or not to trust certain people nowadays. Right, anyways, going back to what I was saying. So after we've done the Dundalk to Lisbon line, I can't really call it Belfast because otherwise I would have filmed at Dunmurray and then that would have been the whole line completed. And in fact, I think that's probably the only crossings on the Dublin to Belfast main line. They mainly only exist in north of the border, really. I don't know if there are no, there aren't any south of the border because, well, apparently there's enough trains for them to not to be any crossings. But then why has the Dublin to Cork line got any crossings? Mainly those near Limerick and Tipperary. Do you remember I've been to Pool Level Crossing in Dorset? I don't remember you telling me that. I've done the Roblox pool crossing. I've not been to the real one. That might be something I need to do sooner or later. Hello, James. Happy New Year to you as well. They ended up getting removed in the late 2000s. Oh, so there used to be crossings there, but someone said, dangerous, remove them. Anish. Now. Oh, there used to be 2 AHBs there. One of the crossings, I saw this on YouTube once, one of the crossings on the Dublin to Cork line was an AHB, and that same crossing, that eventually got upgraded to a full barrier crossing, whatever the proper term is. But it's a crossing with 4 barriers and, well, the usual 4 wigwags. Well, of course it had 4 wigwags when it had just 2 barriers, when it was an AHB. Yeah, Emley Crossing, which is in it's either in County Limerick or County Tipperary, but it's near Limerick Junction, so one would think that it's in County Tipperary. Do you have a New Year's resolution? Well, I don't know really. I don't think I can think of one really. I think, to be honest, it's bad enough trying to think of what I'm trying to say on this bloody live stream, let alone a New Year's resolution. So we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I mean, it's only the beginning of the year, so I've still got time to think of something. I know I was seeing a 29,000 running empty from York. What? Wide. I'm gonna say that's York Road. From York Road to Dundalk sidings, and well, it ran 2 hours late. That could be why I didn't see the DD set. It did run, but it either ran early or it ran super late. Either way, I didn't see it, sadly. And here I am, wasted my own time, wanting to go to Dunmurray just to get that one thing. Cheers very much, Luke/Thomas. It's all on you. Because you was the one that told me. Right, so, yes, after me and John did the crossings between Dundalk and Lisbon, we went and did crossings on the Larne branch, there were only 3. There were, oh dear. There were Jordanstown, the crossing where apparently in my universe Great Victoria Street still exists when it doesn't. Trains at the time I went there only ran as far as Belfast Lanyon Place. Well, of course now they go to Grand Central. And then we went to Troopers Lane, which at the time when I stayed at Carrickfergus was my local crossing, because it was actually the 3rd crossing I went and passed. Because the first one was Antrim, then Kilmacquey, and then the 3rd one was Troopers Lane, because I went past it, and it was up when I went past it on the way to the hotel. But eventually I got to film there. And yeah, after that we went to Whitehead, which was a foot crossing, like the one at Dunmurray, albeit without the triangle with the gate symbol. And then I think that was it. I think Whitehead was the last one we did, because then after that we went to a pub somewhere where we filled our stomachs up. And then after that, I guess I did pay a visit to Dunmurray, albeit I didn't really film anything there, because I only went to Dunmurray because I thought I would get the ECS movement there, but did I see it? No, I didn't. Papa Brown's, yeah, it's a good place. I'll definitely go there again. And there's also the Indian restaurant that I went to, which is next door to the Papa John's place. Is it Papa? Why did I say Papa John's for? I'm confusing with the pizza place. Papa Brown's. Papa Brown's and the Indian restaurant place are 2 restaurants which I'll definitely pay a visit. Oh yeah, and John, you weren't there when it happened, but when I went to the Indian place, I was eating a curry and poppadoms, and then this thing happened. One of the waitresses was carrying some stuff on a tray, and then I don't know. She either slipped on something slippery, or it is a she. She dropped some liquid all over the floor, but whatever it was, it created a huge mess, and she got so embarrassed about it. But luckily, all the others came rushing to the rescue and clearing all the mess up. And I think, well, while it was funny, not funny, I think she may have apologised for that mess. I can't really remember. But all's well that ends well, because everyone came to her aid. I know the name of this Indian, but I don't actually remember the name. Well, neither do I. All I know is that it's an Indian restaurant. But it's a nice place. It's a place I will certainly go to. along with the Papa Brown's pub. I think it's a pub. Is it a pub or a restaurant, or is it both? Because there's pub stuff there as well. But yeah, and after that, we went to Dunmurray, only to find nothing. So we just dropped John back over at his house, and then I went back over to the hotel, and then that was it. I just rested because my legs were killing me after all this walking around and all this driving about across Northern Ireland, going from south to midway point, if you could even say it like that. Do we still have some folk there? East London Transport, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, because you weren't saying as much. Maybe because I was. Maybe it's
I'm
because.
just having something to write.
Oh, I've got to say, I thought it was just because of me rambling on about certain stuff.
No. It's just I'm just having something to write.
I've been lucky to see 4 different steam trains in 2024. They are Black 5, Clan Line, Britannia, and Royal Scot. Britannia, I'm gonna get to her in a minute. I'm gonna get to her in just a minute. But coming back to Northern Ireland, the next day, if I can even remember what I did the next day, I think the next day was when me, UK Trains fan, and DBT Travels went up to the Giant's Causeway, because it was something that my dad was wanting to do for quite a long time. I think you could say it's something that he wanted to tick off his bucket list, visiting the Giant's Causeway, which is near Coleraine and Portrush. But then after we did that, and talking of Portrush, I paid Portrush a visit, filmed a single train there. It was coming in from Belfast, and then it went to Coleraine. Or was it did it come in from Coleraine and then it went back to Belfast? I think it came in from Coleraine and then it went to Belfast, because I think they now do a pattern where it does Coleraine, Belfast, Coleraine, Belfast, Coleraine, Belfast, and then the odd occasion it could go all the way to Derry, Londonderry. Because I've seen on the departure board that there was a train that was going to Derry, Londonderry, calling it Duvarron, University, Coleraine, Castle Rock, Bellamina, and Derry, Londonderry. Letter Kenny, please.
I never understood why Derry's got 2 names.
Sorry, say that again?
I never understood why Derry's got 2 names.
It's historic reasons. Some call it Derry, some call it Londonderry. I just call it both. I just call it Derry, Londonderry. Mainly because Anne calls it like that. And it's officially that name on the map, and it's also officially that name on the NIR map and the wider TransLink network.
Is that because it's close to the border or something?
It's so people aren't there you go, there's your answer. It's so people aren't like fuck you and fuck off.
Oh.
And so it doesn't cause a war. Well, yeah, you're gonna have to do some self-teaching about Northern Ireland's history to know about that.
Yeah, I don't know much about it. So.
Bellamina, yeah, that's what I said, Bellamina. It's the station between Derry, Londonderry and Castle Rock. And I was going to go there to film the station crossing, but again, time restraints just didn't make it happen. But yeah, after the Giant's Causeway, I went to Portrush, but it's Bellarina, not Bellamina. I'm getting confused between 2 things, Bellamina and Bellarina. Alright, calm yourself down. I only made a silly mistake, which has been rectified. You don't need to get all offended. It's not like I'm. It's not like the Londonderry thing. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, that's one way to remember it. Bell Arena. Bell Arena. Put the two together and Bell Arena. Yes, I'll remember that for future references. Don't you worry. Now, what was I going on about? Right, Portrush. I went to Portrush Station to film a single train. Yeah, exactly. Someone getting offended by a name. Like, come on, calm the fuck down. Just be glad I'm at least saying Derry, Londonderry, for crying out loud. Like, what are you going to do if I called it Derry? Or Londonderry? If I didn't call it both?
I mean,
yeah, I'd likely... Yeah, I'll leave it. What are you saying?
Just call it one or the other. At the end of the day, it's still the town's name.
Yeah, well, try saying that to the folk. Try saying that to the locals and see what they give you.
Oh, John, I keep my life, thanks.
But yeah, I filmed a single train at Portrush. It was coming in from Coleraine, and then it went back out to Belfast. Never say Londonderry in my area, that's for sure. Oh, is it Gaeltacht Quarter? Is that the area I shouldn't say Londonderry? I should be saying Derry in that area? Is that it? Then again, I call it both. I call it Derry, Londonderry. That is it. Because that's what it says on the Google map, and it's what it says on the Translink thing. Right, after Portrush, I did the level crossings on the Portrush to Coleraine line. So that was Crowmore, Coleraine Artillery Road, and Coleraine Station. And then after that, we took a detour through central Northern Ireland. So we went via Cookstown, if I can remember, because we went into County Tyrone before going into Armagh briefly, and then into Down, and then into Antrim, before going through Belfast again, and then into Carrickfergus. Which means that County Fermanagh, is it Fermanagh or Fan? I think it's County Fermanagh. I'm sure John and Transport Videos and I will again correct me on the pronunciation, with Transport Videos and I going, you pronounced it wrong, it's pronounced. Oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's the only county of Northern Ireland that I haven't been to yet. I've been through Tyrone, I've been through Armagh, I've been through Down and Antrim and County Londonderry or County Derry. Why couldn't they call it County Derry, Londonderry?
Or just call it County
I mean, why do people hate the name Londonderry? Is it because it's got the word London in it? And of course, London, that's the capital of England, isn't it? And the UK.
Isn't it the largest city in the UK?
I'm sure someone will figure it out, but yeah, we went back to Carrickfergus via a detour through central Northern Ireland. So that's the likes of yeah, exactly. People in Ireland, they hate the UK. Not everyone in Ireland hates the UK. It depends on who you ask. Some are neutral, and some, as you say, just completely hate it. and just want to think that the UK doesn't exist. I bet if I asked that person, it'd be like, UK? What the fuck is a UK? Yeah, that sort of people, I suspect. And I bet if you pointed to on a map to them, they'd be like, oh, you mean England? Yeah, them little shitbags. The ones who ripped our nation away from us. Funny I say that as someone who lives in England. I don't know.
I just had to let the dogs out whilst I smoked fireworks going on one now.
Okie dokie. Right, the next day was the day that I went back to England. But before I did, I went to Belfast by train. For once, I did something that involves riding a train. I mean, at first, I told Transport Videos and what you went. Of course, I knew there was something else. I knew there was something else. Right. Calm yourself down, or else I'll put you in a timeout. You're getting too rowdy. Right. Yes, I knew there was something else. So, right, before I went back to England, I am still pissed off how you went to Cork before I have. Why is that so much of a problem? Why is it a problem that I went to Cork before you did? Please make it make sense. Right, anyways.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I am right about something. I did do something that involves riding a train, but I've gone too far into the future. I rode on the Enterprise for the first time, and of course, because of the Grand Central Works, I had to drive down to Portadown, down to Portadown. Is there a Porter Up anywhere? Oh, yeah, of course, that doesn't exist. That's just a stupid name I've come up with. But yeah, I went down to Portadown to hop on the Enterprise down to Dublin Connolly, or Station Conneela. Then I rode on the Lewis. Yeah, the Lewis. The Lewis, not the Lewis. Just so I don't cause confusion. Yeah, I rode on the Lewis from Connolly to Houston. I did what? Yeah, you heard me. I went on the I'll say it again. I went to Portadown, rode on the Enterprise down to Dublin, rode on the Lewis to Houston, and then comes the next bit. I could make such a dirty joke. Yeah. I bet you would. The one who keeps saying, "That's what she said." Which is another way of saying said the something to the bishop. It's along the lines of that. But yeah, at Houston, I wouldn't really class that as a roast. Even if it was, it would probably be a shite one in his standards. But yeah, at Houston, I got to ride on a Mark IV down to Cork. And filmed at least 2 trains there. One going to Cove and one going to Middleton. Then after that, I went back on the Mark IV back to Dublin. Filmed at Houston for a bit. Then went to Connolly. Filmed there for a bit. And then I went back on the Enterprise back up to Portadown on a 22,000, which is something else I can tick off. because it was DD set going down, and it was 22,000 going up. So that's 2 things I can tick off as far as train sets go. And then after we got back to Portadown, it was real late by the time we got back. So, of course, then came the time to hunt down for food. Problem was, the Indian place was closed. The Papa Brown's place was also closed. So the only place that we could go to, which was also closer to the hotel, was McDonald's. And since I had nothing to eat since probably since breakfast, I would have thought, I just went for a larger option. So I had the chicken nuggets, I had the fries, and I also had the chicken sandwich as well.
You're making me hungry now.
Well, they say I'm not that you're not you when you're hungry. Yes, I know it's the Snickers thing, but I could give it with something else if I could, if I can think of it up properly.
Well, you talking about food? I've got plenty of food on the go right now.
Oh God.
Nice.
Especially a whole pizza.
But yeah, I went to. Why did I not see that coming? Don't know, don't care. McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and Pizza Hut. What are you going on about? Why are we naming various food chains? You've missed out one though. You've missed out Burger King. Right. Anyways, yeah, I've had a bigger meal because usually when it comes to McDonald's or Burger King, I'd go for either one or the other. I would either go for the chicken sandwich and the fries, or I'd go for the chicken nuggets and the fries. But I was real starving. No joke, I was real starving. So I went for both. And then after that, went back into the hotel, and then off I went to the snooze land, I guess. Or at least I tried to, but I kept getting woken up by my dad's really loud snoring. And it happened every single night. But eventually I did try and get as much sleep as I possibly could. But I think for next time, and my dad actually suggested this to me, for next time, I'm getting a room for myself.
Might be a wise decision.
Well, it was either a room for myself or he would get a room for himself. And that UK Trains fan or whoever would come with me at that time would be in the same room as me. But either way, that would be a better way of me getting off what Premier Inn would call a guaranteed good night's sleep. Yeah, it's guaranteed unless you've got someone that snores their arse off. Go figure. Now we come to the Belfast bit. Okay, we actually come to the Belfast bit. So, we went to Carrickfergus station. Took a 4000 to Lanyon. Well, no, we went to York Street first. Did a bit of filming there. Then we took another train into Lanyon Place. Did some filming there. And then we took a 3000 back up to Carrickfergus. Can I take your order, please? Woo, let's eat to the beat. A Pizza Hut Kentucky Fried Chicken, and a Pizza Hut. Are you sure that's English? Are you sure that's English? Well, I mean it is, but I don't know if it's an English that I can understand. I actually need to make more money so I can get my car on the boat this summer to Liverpool.
What?
Better get saving them. Totally not trying to meme you right now. Oh, are you trying to get people to make war ridiculous YTPs, I thought that was dead. Because I've not seen any new ones in like a long time. The last one I've seen was like back when it really took off, like back in 2018 with all the Roblox night stuff. Of course, without Roblox night, there's no memes unless, of course, I do streams like this. I was trying to get you to make you sing the fast food song. Well, it's a good thing I cut myself off halfway through then, innit?
I've lost count how many times I've heard that.
So,
I either hear it in the car or when I'm out and about somewhere.
Well, anyways, yeah, I went and did Belfast to do some filming at York Street and Lanyon Place. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see the new Grand Central station, like during the final preparations, nor did I get to see Great Victoria Street in time before it got deleted off the face of the earth. But at least I got to see York Street. That's something worth being proud of. Grand Central, that's something I can always return to if I ever go back to Northern Ireland.
Which you probably will in the future.
Yeah, probably will do. It might even be sometime this year. Well, midway through it. You need to stay to this channel, you two. Or stay tuned. That's the right way of putting it. Stay tuned.
Yes.
But yeah, after Belfast, went back to Carrickfergus, got all packed up, and before I went to the airport, Belfast International Airport, also known as Aldergrove, I paid a visit to oh dear. There goes the moment again. It's that crossing between Kilmackie and Antrim. It was Muckamore View. It was Muckamore View. I eventually got it in the end. And finally got a higher paying job than what? Finally got a higher paying job then. Okay. Don't know what you mean by that, but good on you, I guess. But yeah, I did pay Muckamore View a visit. Oh, hello, Theo's Trains Wales on hiatus. But yeah, I wanted to get a video of Muckamore View before it disappeared, because there was a rumor going round that just like with the 379s going to Great Northern, and then the 387s going this, there, and that, and the 377s going to Southeastern. There was a rumor going round that that Muckamore View. Hold on a minute. That Muckamore View was going to get removed. Right. What was you saying? Was you wanting to say something or what? Was you wanting to say something then? Because I was,
I didn't even say anything.
Well, I thought one of yous did.
No.
It must be a figment of my imagination then, saying it. But yeah, after Muckamore View, once that was out the way, I then went to Belfast International Airport. Well, Adam, excuse me while I get some things off my chest in chat. Okay, I don't know if anyone will care, but sound off. John's level crossings and trains. I think you've got something to say to me. If there's a beef between the pair of you, can you do it like somewhere else and not on my stream because I've got
Privately in the DMs or something.
I've got a number of problems going on as it is, whether it's the brain thing or just now with the coughing thing, amongst other things. Yeah, I literally got enough going on as it is. I'll just shut up and let you get on with it. Thank you. That's
Reasonable, I guess.
yeah, that's more reasonable. 2 Great Northern 387s have transferred to Southern so far, if I remember correctly. Well, if the rumour's true, then I guess it's true. But at the end of the day, it's still a rumour that is waiting to be made a proper reality once more gets sent away. Right, so where was I? Yes, I was... After Muckamore View, I went to Belfast International Airport, Aldergrove, to get the flight back to Birmingham. And it was actually on time for once, unlike the inbound one from Birmingham. Well done, EasyJet. EasyJet. No wonder why they got slagged off in the airline TV program. I think one of them said EasyJet, more like hard jet or difficult jet, somewhere along the lines of that. It was on that TV program from years ago on Sky One, I think. There's a compilation of all that on YouTube on some channel. Where basically someone was reacting to the good, funny moments from the show. But EasyJet was getting slagged off left, right and centre because they was trying to get something done and there was customers just being really difficult and making their jobs difficult. I like EasyJet better than Ryanair. Long live Ryanair. Ryanair, I had no problem with. I mean, they say Ryanair has the most bumpy landings that one could think of, but when I went from Stansted to Dublin and back, I never had any issue with them. I mean, I was bracing for a hard landing because of what I experienced with Eurowings from Dusseldorf to London Heathrow. That was the bumpiest of landings. So if you want bumpy landings, go to Eurowings. With me being 6'1", leg room is not great for me. Well, I'm at a different height, so of course, leg to seat it would be way more different to me. But again, I had no issue with Ryanair. They were brilliant. As long as they got me from Stansted to Dublin and back, I really couldn't care. The same could go with EasyJet, despite the hour and a half delay. That's why I had to get an SUV as a first car. Nice. Well, what was I going to say now? Right, when I went back to Birmingham, I'm going to Dublin on Thursday. Nice. Just make sure it's not shit weather like it is right now. Right, we are shortly approaching our first full hour of the new year. It's... Well, in fact, well... Of course on my phone it says it before the CFAX clock. But the time now is...
1 a.m.
Dead on 1 o'clock. On Wednesday, the 1st of January 2025. Pew says no. There. Can't be complete without that one bit. Where Carol Beer just coughs in your face. Good thing that was filmed back before COVID was even a thing. Otherwise, that thing would have been slandered horribly.
People from this day still wear face masks.
Well, that's up to them. If they want to wear a face mask, that's up to them. I don't know why they do, but must be something which I really don't want to waste anyone's time trying to find the answer. But anyways, Birmingham. When I got back to Birmingham, I took the Pendolino from Birmingham International to Coventry.
Can't be a Pendolino.
And yeah, you can't beat a good Pendolino, you're right. Something that Northern Ireland Railways and Ian Rodaran might like to think about when they eventually electrify the Dublin, the rest of the Dublin to Belfast line, because at the moment it only goes far north as Malahide. Malahide. Yeah, I filmed a few trains, several trains actually, at Coventry before I got the train to Nuneaton and filmed a bit there, before then getting the train back to Melton Mowbray, and then that was it. That was the Northern Ireland trip. Finished. Right, next up we've got Grantham with East London Transport, which was when East London Transport came up to Grantham, which is my other local, the other being Melton Mowbray. Yeah, we did some filming there after he arrived on a Hull Trains Paragon.
First time.
Yup. And yeah, we what's going on here? Thank God I should be miles away from you. What are you going on about? Going down at 12 tomorrow. Thank God I should be miles away from you. I'm getting the 0800. Okay, see that. Is this something between the pair of you? Like, are you both going down to Dublin or something?
I'm actually confused.
Just for clarity. We're joking. Oh, okay, that's fine. Right, anyways, we filmed at Grantham for at least 2 or 3 hours before I buggered off home, and you was supposed to have got a 225 set back to London. Did you?
I believe so, but it got cancelled.
Yeah, one of them got cancelled, and then the next one was at least an hour away. I'm not sure if you got that one, because the next one an hour later was a 225. Otherwise, you would have gotten a Zuma back.
Yeah, it was a 225, so I got back. I just remembered.
You finally got one in the end after the one you were supposed to have gotten got cancelled.
I think it was because there was a problem at the depot, I think it said the reason was.
Either that, or wasn't it because of a train fault with the loco, no doubt, or maybe with the carriages?
I think it was one of those two reasons, but there you
go. Right, next up we've got SWR 455 bashing, shut up, with East London Transport. That saw me go down to London to do some SWR 455 bashing, because they are on a time limit, because somewhere in the non too distant future they will be replaced, I think, by these 701s. Am I right?
Yeah.
Thought so. So they're going to be replaced by the 701s, hence why that's why I went down there to ride and film them. But it was also the time where, like Trumurray, I did the biggest wallop of all. Dubbing a 455 as a 755. Would a 755 fit nicely with SWR commuter services? Or
Probably
wouldn't
not.
it? No, I didn't think so. Because they're more, East Anglia regional sort of services. Like from Norwich to Great Yarmouth and Lowestoft. And Sheringham and Peterborough. And do they do Felixstowe as well from Ipswich?
Felixstowe, yeah.
Yep. Yep.
But now, recently,
Yep.
they can couple up with other 755s and do Norwich to London runs.
Oh yeah, it's so it's basically because they do 3 and 4 car formations, don't they?
Yeah, to be 11 cars, so it's to and from Norwich to London.
Well, it depends. It could either be like a 4-4-4, or in that case for 11 car, isn't it like a 4-4 and a 3? Because
It's basically
hold on, wait. 4,
2 fours
8,
and 1 7.
9, 10, 11, yes. So it'll be 4, 4, and then a 3. But yeah, I went down to London to meet with East London Transport again. We picked up some Greggs first, then we went on the Northern Line to Bank. Okay, see you around then, John. Happy New Year to you as well. Lynn of our Ur as well. That's Scottish. It's not the Irish. I've actually forgotten what it was in Irish. Isn't like Havli and Fi Misha, something like that. It's somewhere along the lines of that. I know the Scottish one. It's Blian of our Ur. But the Irish one, not so sure. And that's coming from someone who keeps speaking bloody Irish all the time. Nice one. But anyways, went on the Northern Line from King's Cross and Pancras to Bank, Waterloo City to Waterloo, and then SWR 455 to Mosper Park, and then I did a level crossing closure there. And I literally arrived just in time before it closed again, the crossing, because it wasn't long before the next set of trains were due.
Pretty much.
And then why does the thing keep going off? The speaker. There we go. Popped it back on. But yeah, after getting the closure, went back to the station, filmed a 60 going past, which I believe was going to Chessington. Might have done.
So, yeah.
It might have done. And I think it was the same one we saw at Clapham Junction when we went to Mosper Park. We overtook it at Clapham.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, we went back into London, and we was going to do some other stuff, but time constraints meant we could only film at London Waterloo. And I still kept calling them 755s.
That was quite funny.
Brilliant. But some of the 455s I did actually call them 455s, but the rest were maybe they were 755s, but were disguised as a 455, and that I somehow could detect that they were in disguise. How clever's that? But yeah, after London Waterloo, I went on the Northern Line up to Euston from Waterloo. I think, is it?
No.
Can you? I am such a dumbass. Hang on.
Don't forget we did the C2C network.
Hold on. Waterloo. Yes, you can get from Waterloo to Euston. I'm pretty sure. No, hold on, no. I've just realised now, we didn't go on the Northern Line.
We went on the Jubilee line.
Yes, we went on the Jubilee line, not the fucking Northern Line. I've had quite enough
Jubilee
of Northern
line. Up
Line.
to West Ham.
No, we didn't. No, we went. We went Jubilee. You're talking a different thing. We went Jubilee line to Green Park, and then we changed onto the Victoria line to Euston. because we was in a race to get from Waterloo to Euston to be there in time for a train that a UK Trains fan was working on. And when if it's gone, it's gone. He can't stop it.
No, we did the C2C network before you did that.
No, that was a different London trip. The one I'm referring to was, we was bashing the nearly said it again. We were bashing the 455s because we went from Waterloo to Mosper Park, then back again. Because we originally was going to go as far as what was it? As far as Rains Park, and then change to do the crossings on the Strawberry Hill Circle via Hampton. And I say Hampton because we was going to go to Hampton first, then go to Teddington, and then do the Strawberry Hill Circle. But of course we didn't have time to do that, so we just went straight to London Waterloo, and even I was ticked off about it. But it was either that, or I would be deliberately holding up a train. And I don't really want to be doing that, for the sake of our own sanity. But yeah, we filmed at Waterloo, then after that, it was a race to get to Euston, and we went on the Jubilee line to Green Park, then changed for the Victoria line to Euston, and we left it at that really. I just did some filming at Euston for a bit, then I went on a train up to Northampton, filmed a couple of trains then went back to London. And then after Euston, when I got back into Euston, I went to St Pancras to film a bit of trains there, mainly 395s, the odd EMR, and the odd Eurostar then and then. And then I went back up to King's Cross to get the train back to Grantham. Let me see here. In fact, I might actually mention. Hang on, let me just check through my notes. Yeah, so the next time I came down to London, we did some more 455 bashing because we then went to Hampton to film the closure at a crossing there. Then we went. Well, actually, no. We took a 458 up to Hampton. Then we went to Teddington on a 455, and then we changed there for the Strawberry Hill Circle on a 455. Filmed at Strawberry Hill for a couple of closures, and then we moved on to Mortlake, which was Mortlake. It was a nightmare.
Just a bit.
A bit? There was someone crossing the line at Richmond, and it was holding us up quite a lot. And it was not only our train that got held up, it was other trains as well. It was causing quite a backlog up there, which meant that the crossing stayed down for quite a long time. And I was like, please go up, please go up. I mean, I was still
it was for like 2 or 3 closures.
I mean, I was still on the platform when the crossing was still down, so I had to film a couple of trains from the station, and then when it went back up, I had to literally leg it down to the crossing before it went back off again. And it was quite a long closure there as well, and it was so long that we missed our train to London Waterloo, so we had to get the next one after. And then after the last train passed, I was like, please go up, and it went up. And then I had to rush it back to the station. I don't know what you two were up to, but I certainly rushed back into the station. That's why I asked to get the Oyster, so I can tap back in. And then when we eventually got back into London, then we did the C2C. Only then we did the C2C. Well, prior to that, we took the Jubilee line to West Ham, and then, as if by magic, a C2C train appeared, and it was a Pitsea-bound service via Ockenden, and we took that to Stamford-le-Hope.
Stamford-le-Hope, yeah.
Got a couple of closures there. I was gonna do Pitsea, and then work our way back into London that way, but that I had to cut back to just Stamford-le-Hope,
Yeah.
and then work our way back to London from there. And we carried on to do Purfleet, and then Rainham, and then we went back into London, and then we went on the Circle line from Tower Hill. You got off at Liverpool Street, and I carried on towards King's Cross and Pancras, because you went back to Braintree, I think, was it?
Braintree, yeah.
Yeah, you went back to Braintree, and I went back to Grantham, and then that was that.
Yeah. For me, I had to go to Liverpool Street because there's only one train per hour that goes Braintree during the day.
Well, it's better than 4 trains a day, isn't it? Or 1 train every 2 hours. Better than that. Right. I'm nearly done with the notes. Next up, we have night filming on the East Coast Main Line north of Grantham, which saw me do some night filming at Claypole, Osterfen, and Barnby Lane. I did wonder if it was Barnby Road, but no, that's in Newark. Barnby Lane, that's Claypole. Well, near Claypole. But I did those 3 crossings to do some night filming on the East Coast Main Line, basically to test out a new body warmer, which at the push of a button, it can keep you warm. And that was, well, I gave it a trial, hence why I went out and did the crossings to see whether or not it worked, and well, there you go, it did. And then after I did those crossings, I then paid Allington a visit. I did a couple of closures there because I've not been to Allington for quite a bit, so I thought, why not go to Allington while I'm out? I mean, I mainly did it on the way home, because otherwise I would have done Allington first and then went and did the 3 crossings, and then it was just non-stop back home. But yeah, and the bloody hell, it's windy out there. Storm Dara all over again. But yeah, it was a success, that body warmer, and I've used it ever since. Although I did have to be careful power-wise, because it ate up quite a lot of my power with the power banks. Yeah. So that means I had to use it when I'm mainly outdoors. If I'm on board a train or if I'm inside the car, I just have it off and have it out when I'm outside. Right, next up we have Sir Nigel Gresley and the Black Five, which were seen at Claypole, and I met JS Level Crossings and Trains there. Although strangely enough, I did bump into him when I was filming at Sleaford East, when I was covering the Sleaford to Lincoln line. But he was doing his own thing. He even had free tea on the phone. But yeah, he was he was at the crossing, and then he walked towards the station. I could be wrong. I think he was getting a train to Lincoln to meet up with Faberini 90 to do some filming at High Street. Hello, Jason. Good morning. Oh, hello from Hong Kong. We've got a viewer from Hong Kong. Happy New Year to you. Of course, you've entered 2025 way before we did. I mean, we transitioned an hour and 21 minutes ago. An hour and 21 minutes ago. So Happy New Year from the UK to Hong Kong. Yeah, we do get the odd international viewer then and there. Most of them end up on the Tom and Ben channel, which you should check out. Most of them come either from Arabic speaking nations or from the South Asian nations like Malaysia and the Philippines. I don't think I've had one on this channel, but I've certainly had a lot on the Tom and Ben channel. But yeah, I met JS Level Crossings and Trains at Claypole because he was there for the same thing as I was. Sir Nigel Gresley and the Black Five, which were both going to York. One of them came from St Albans. That was Sir Nigel Gresley, and the Black.
I saw that at Peterborough.
Indeed, the same with the Black Five as well.
I saw both of them at Peterborough, actually.
Yeah, I know. You saw them at Peterborough, and I saw them at Claypole. But yeah, the Sir Nigel Gresley came from St Albans, and the Black Five came from London, King's Cross. And we saw the normal traffic there as well, the Azumas, the Adelantes. I think we might have seen whole trains there first. Yeah, we did actually. Come to think of it, we did see first whole trains there. Sadly, no 225s. I think he may have seen one when he went to Osterfen. I could be wrong. Or he may have seen them at Claypole either before I arrived or after I left. But yeah. The long story short, we were both there for the same thing. Up next, we have the arrival of Ronford to the channel. Now, Ronford, I only went to Ronford because I was going to some place between Ronford and Hornchurch because my dad wanted to pick up a few bits and pieces from a household between Hornchurch and Ronford. And then I had the idea, well, since we're here, why don't we go to Ronford Station? And we did. Although we almost filmed at Gidea Park because there was a station. I saw a station. It had a purple roundel on it, and I thought, "There's Ronford," but it turned out that was Gidea Park Station. So we drove on further, and that was where we spotted the real Ronford. Yeah, I don't know how I mistook Ronford for Gidea Park. I mean,
Gidea Park has the carriage holding sidings where most Elizabeth line trains are stabled.
Yeah, all I saw was a Elizabeth line roundel, and that got me thinking, oh, could that be Ronford? But when we had a close up of the station, it turns out that was Gidea Park.
Yeah, they have sidings for where Elizabeth line are parked up during the day until rush hour sort of thing.
Yeah, the odd one goes to Liverpool Street High level, don't they?
Just twice a day, I think.
The same could be said with the Paddington one as well, because it does say that some trains go and terminate at Liverpool Street and Paddington, so check the announcements, check the destination displays and all that doodah to check whether it's actually going through the core or if it's terminating at Liverpool Street or Paddington.
Now, one thing I should mention, with real-time trains, when these services happen and it's going into Liverpool Street, it says that it's going into platform 18 for some reason, but in reality, it's going into platform 17.
Well, there are 18 platforms there at Liverpool Street, aren't there? Or they?
No, 18 ain't anymore now,
Oh, 18 doesn't exist anymore, so it's now just 17.
pretty much.
So it got the King's Cross
The
treatment then.
platform is still there, but the track isn't.
I see.
Yeah, when you're at Liverpool Street, you'll see my point.
Well, mind you, they could have just made 18 like greater angular like all the rest, and C2C as well. So maybe I don't know. Maybe 18 could be like a rush hour platform, served by those Elizabeth line trains that you was on about, and the C2C trains.
You would have thought that, but explain that to Elizabeth line sort of thing.
Yeah, good luck with that one. Right. Yeah, I filmed at Ronford for a bit. Filmed some, mostly Greater Angular and Elizabeth line. I only saw one overground train, which was coming in from Upminster. I nearly said underground then. God, whatever next?
Yeah, the overground you saw, basically their time pattern is from Upminster, it's 24 and 54 on the hour sort of thing.
Isn't it one every half hour, or is it hourly?
So basically, from Upminster, it's 24 and 54 each hour, and coming from Ronford going to Upminster, it's 11 and 41, basically.
Fair enough. Let me just check. Okay. Surprisingly, we still got 2 people watching. I suspect it's because I'm still live at this time in the morning, and I'm just getting the odd viewer then and there. It's probably because of we've got international viewers. They're probably awake at whatever country they're viewing from, like the one from Hong Kong. Oh, transport videos, and I need to get used to that new name because I'm still used to the Train Scenes NI name. But yeah, trains. Fucking hell. Transport Videos NI is back, even doing the iconic thing, which I don't really need to explain. He knows it. I knows it. A couple of others know it as well. But it's to do with getting camped on by Irish operator on jailbreak. Leave it at that. Right. Anyways, moving on now, we come to Brunton makes a Nick-minute arrival. Yes, that's where the Britannia bit comes in. Because I was No. I'll fuck up when I want to fuck up. Anyways, there was a steam train running through the Red Wing line. It was going from London to York, from London King's Cross to York. The loco was supposed to be 70000 Britannia. But Nick Minute, instead of Britannia, it was Brunton 34046. So while Brunton made its first appearance on the channel, it wasn't supposed to be the first appearance on the channel. It was supposed to have been Britannia, but Brunton stole it from her. Now, why it was Brunton and not Britannia, I don't know. Maybe because Britannia was needed elsewhere, or if she developed a problem and needed...
He hasn't been out for a while.
Well, do you know what's going on with it? Because she has been out then and then. It's just whenever it comes through my area, or if I go down to the area where it's going around, it always seems to be something different. So yeah, do you know what happened with Britannia?
Not sure.
I saw Brunton at Deal in March 2023. Oh, did you? Nice. Wasn't the Golden Arrow thing, was it? Because some of I think it was maybe some or maybe one of her classmates, could have even been Brunton herself, that did the Golden Arrow run, which went from Victoria to somewhere in Kent. You already had your turn. Now it's their turn. Right, what was I going on about? Yes, so I went to Reston to see a steam charter going from London to York. It was supposed to have been Britannia, but what was it instead? It was Brunton. Made a nick-minute arrival. But at least I got a steam charter going through Reston. When did you get your turn? You got your turn in the last New Year's live stream. I don't remember that. Go onto my channel, under lives or live streams, whatever the hell they call the tab. I think it's lives. And then find Goodbye 2023, Hello 2024. And then go to the, I think you appeared at sometime during the end of the stream. But GW Operator was on there as well. It was closer to 2022, but the channel didn't exist in 2022. Remember, the channel came back from the dead in June 2023. Since when did I do something like that in 2022 when the channel wasn't even around, thanks to... Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you were on Facebook at the time, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. I was Facebook only. I was uploading videos onto a Facebook group.
But no idea if you still got that group or not.
Well, I certainly remember it. Go check back on that stream. Go to the end of the stream. You'll hear yourself on there along with GW Operator. You were both on there, and I think you were being your dirty self as well. I mean, you always are.
Sounds like
right.
fun.
Guess what? What? Too much effort. Lazy fuck. Anyways, we now come to the final bit of these notes, and that is the Christmas countdown. Yes, the Christmas countdown came back for another year. It started off with a couple of bus videos on Mind the Gap, which was bus routes 2 and 4. Followed by a Roblox journey from Robloxia to Lonchester, which the other British Rail bit comes in, because earlier in the stream I said that I brought British... No, that's not what I said. I said British Railway and arrived onto the channel, but it was mainly just for crossing videos. Well, British Railway came back in the Christmas countdown, hence why that's why I kept having these moments up there, because I didn't want to give it away.
Did you ever upload that video, the one that I did with you?
Yeah, I did. That's the video I'm talking about.
Oh.
You know, where we went from Robloxia, or Avonhill on British Railway, to Lonchester Isambard.
Yeah. The one but you had to spawn the turn in 6 times just to get it correct.
Yeah, and I also had to use alternative train stock on the British Rail side sort of thing.
Yeah.
Actually, it wasn't just British Rail. Trains
It was
Classic
British
made
Rail,
a...
Mind the Gap, and Sleaford, I think.
No, it started with Trains Classic, because I rode on the Robloxy Metro. Then it was British Railway. And then we switched on to Mind the Gap, and it was Mind the Gap all the way through.
That makes sense,
But yeah, that was a bummer of a video to make, considering on how long it is. It's an hour-long video, so obviously it took a long time to make. I mean, making it wasn't difficult. It was the editing that was difficult, because putting X, Y, Z, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3 into the mix, and then just mixing it up, and then voila, you've got the video that you see there today.
Yeah.
Then came
Waterloo.
Yep. Then came the London videos. The first of which being, as East London Transport said, Waterloo. Then Euston. Then St Pancras. Then was the Northern Ireland level crossing compilation. Followed by a trains at the new West Wyvern station. Followed by Kemmeridge and Netherland. Followed by Launceston Victoria. A Launceston terminus no one gives a damn about, because everyone else favours Isambard over Victoria. So I thought I'd do Victoria a favour.
Ages, to be fair.
Eh?
Last time I played Mind the Gap was with you.
Beg your pardon?
I said I've not played Mind the Gap in ages.
Not changed much, has it? I'm surprised they didn't put the Christmas stuff back on. Remember that one Christmas update where the shard was a large Christmas tree?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And Frank Sinatra's Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow was playing in the background as well. It's on some Christmas tree at Delgate.
When was that? It was 2021, wasn't it?
No, that was way before the new decade. I'm pretty sure it was either 2017 or 2018. I think I remember doing some live streams on there, some Roblox night streams on there at one time.
Because at one point in this decade, Mind the Gap definitely had the Christmas tree on the shard or whatever it was.
I don't remember that. I remember it was either 2017 or 2018, because I remember streaming on Mind the Gap at the time that it happened.
Because back then, me and Gareth were obsessed with Mind the Gap.
Well, so was I. I was obsessed with this one station, Hampton, until I moved to Launceston Airport. That's actually my new obsessed station, because there's one depot on either side. Winston Grove? That's probably a maybe as well, because again, same reason, one depot on each side, so that makes it easier for trains to pass through.
Wait, is it? I thought there was only one depot, and that was at Bentley.
You've got Bentley on one side, and then you've got Wimbledon South on the other.
That must be a new depot or something, because I don't remember that.
Well, for regional, there's Wimbledon, and then you've got there's one at Fenton, which then allows you to go via Bentley and then to Winston Grove that way.
Oh.
Well, though it still takes a wee bit longer.
Just shows how long it's been since I played Mind the Gap, probably.
I know. After Victoria, Launceston Victoria was another Roblox journey, this time from Lynn by the Sea to Robloxia on a Voyager, and it was using no alterated stock, apart from when I did the Stepford Central to Willowfield bit, because obviously Express doesn't go to Willowfield, or even Stepford Victoria for that matter, so instead I had to use one of the Stepford Connect fleet, and it was a 444, because it was the closest I could get to the train that I was meant to have been riding on, the Super Voyager. And the same thing happened again on Trains Express. Again, I had to try and find a train that was close enough to the Voyager as possible. And I think it was some Chinese-built train. I think.
That's not bad.
It was the closest I could get to the Voyager. But things did return to normal once I switched to British Railway. Oh, and also, Lewis, if you're still watching, what's your reaction? What's your reaction to a certain station being listed on the Roblox to Barnsworth route? Seafield Town. Because I did say that I betted that Lewis would be literally throwing himself across his room, jumping up and down on a spinny gaming chair in excitement, like, oh my god, yes, yes, yes.
My god.
Yeah, that sort of reaction. All I'm seeing is what are you, a microwave? That's probably that's probably a decent enough reaction. Just sound like a microwave. To be honest, when I have a game with near 100,000 visits, is it really? Does it really have 100,000 visits? I couldn't really care. Bruh. Coming from the guy that constantly asked me, when are you going to put Seafield Town on? At one point, before Seafield, it was, when are you going to put Water West? Water West is going to be on a new Roblox Rail play thing that I've got up in the works, which I did explain somewhat towards the end of that video. 76,000. But 2025 is the year 100,000 happens. Well, I suspect so, given on how close you are to that number. Right, after that we have part 2 of the Go Metro video. Part 1 was made back in the summer, I think. I think it was back in the summer. I was going to do part 2 shortly after, but I forgot about it. So I decided to put it in the countdown instead.
Wait, Go Metro, what's that?
It's... You know, there's these tracks. If you've been to Beaufort Road and Buckingham Park, there's extra tracks and whatnot. Well, Go Metro uses the same stock as the Tyne-and-Wear Metro.
Well, same stock for now.
Well, yeah, I say same stock, but they don't have the 555s.
Would be nice if they got added, since 2 of them are in service now, IRL.
Well, 2 of them, but then it will be like, this town ain't big enough for the 2 of us moment. That will happen sooner or later.
I'm still laughing as hell they've not been out down Sunderland yet.
Have they not? Have they been tested via Sunderland yet?
Nope.
Oh, so maybe until they do, they'll probably take the old stock off of the yellow line, and then squeeze them all onto the green line. So that will mean there'll be more of the old stock running on one line of the Tyne-and-Wear Metro. It'll be completely dominant with the old stock.
Well,
and then,
from what I can tell already, Duty 121's already been taken over by 555. So no more the old stock on that line anymore. Well, service, I should say.
So the yellow line is completely yellow line, completely 555, rather.
Well, it will be by the end of the year.
Oh, so we've still got a lot of work to do then. So I guess for now the old stock is safe.
On the 18th of December, the first 555 went to service.
Yeah, I know that.
That went on the full yellows. And obviously the second one that's in service, that's on the full yellows as well. So...
Fuck's sake, that's like saying the new Dart fleet is coming in service 2025. It's going to be a load of shite. Oh, it's is it dual mode or tri mode? Because it's going to be overheads. It's going to be a form of diesel or hydrogen, and batteries, I think. But that's only for like the bit beyond Malahide and south of Greystones if they ever go down there towards Wicklow. It's about time Wicklow actually got more trains. You know, the county town of County Wicklow, and it only sees like what six trains a day. 4 trains going to Rosslare. And well, the odd one
too hard, but if I'm gonna assume that the new 555s are bi-mode since they've got overheads and also battery power.
Yeah, it's a
the
shame
battery
that
packs are there in case there's any issues with the overheads.
yeah, it's a shame the 555s can't go on the Ashington line, because otherwise that would be a third line to add, because you got green line, you got yellow line, and then had the 555s been able to go to Ashington and back,
I don't think
you could have the
it
blue
would be
line.
possible though, because obviously the battery packs wouldn't last a full journey on the Northumberland line.
Yeah, maybe they need to do some work on that.
The entire line takes around 35 minutes, and the batteries only last for 45 minutes, so...
Maybe one day they might try and do so if they can extend the battery life more than however long it was. What, 45 minutes?
45 minutes for the battery to last.
Maybe if they extend it further, like maybe depends what double 45 is. Let's hang on. Hold on a minute. Of course it's 90.
Yeah, 90, yeah.
I've got a form of maths dementia, you know, guys.
So do I.
I barely know anything with maths. Well, apart from the basics. Obviously, that would be embarrassing if I didn't know the basics.
My maths ain't that sort of good, but yeah.
Because it was funny, because I was once good at maths, and then it's just gone up there to down there.
I mean, one thing I should mention.
Yes, thank you, Lewis. Thank you. It is 90. You don't need to go more than that.
When I was doing maths at school, I got taught a bit of algebra, but not as much because of lockdown sort of thing.
Algebra I was pretty good at, because you're just finding the value of x, y, or z. And they say that algebra was hard because, you know, of the layout with all the letters and stuff. But really, you're just finding what will that number be. So like, let me think of one. 5 plus x equals 10. Find the value of x. What you would do is 10 minus the 5. That would give you x. And the answer would be 5, because 5 and 5 plus 5, that is, not to confuse it with multiplication, is 10. There, quick bit of maths.
Lessons with AB trains.
Yeah, the best that I could, apart from the fact that I could work out what double 45 was, which is 90.
Yeah,
New series coming soon, Adam? New series?
That's it. Just goes to show how worse the maths dementia gets. Because you end up remembering one thing, and then next minute gone. What language am I speaking? I'm speaking English. I'm speaking English. Do you want me to speak Gaeilge? Agus de Mary caffar clúid a haige a cabbar bócha bhí si an rodéirean.
What?
Seachan an bharda I dtí trein agus an taráin le a hull.
I'm not even going to ask.
What even is that language? Is that Irish?
Tá, yes. Or sha, as some would say. It's either some say tá, some say sha.
I'll take your word for it. I've never heard the Irish language in my life.
Well, now you do. Well, here's another one. Bega me take stade ag, Balia Adam, Gulua. Shachan and Varlet Legadol. Gulamagov Azok Tastio le hero there. Right, that's
just shut down.
Right, that's probably enough of that. Right, anyways, after part 2 of the Go Metro, days 13 and 14 saw the arrival of London Croydon, mainly for the trams. When are they going to get extended, by the way? I did hear that they were working on it. I mean, I also predicted that that they may release the update that supposedly has the tram extension by Christmas. Well, Christmas has already been and gone. It's now 2025. Where is it? Unless they're still working on it.
Just a massive money grab at this point.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, after that, we popped on Minecraft for some driver's POV between Antorobo and Langaponto, and then again from Sukarobo to Antorobo.
What?
That's Esperanto. It's that made-up language, which is a mixture of various other languages. I used it on my Minecraft world, hence the, Minecraft. Because basically I thought to myself, there's no country with Esperanto as an official language, so what if I created a country with Esperanto as the official language? And so I did. I did it on Minecraft.
What even is that language though?
It sounds similar to Spanish and Italian, if you like. And then after those 2 Minecraft videos, days 17 to 20 were on GCR. Couldn't leave GCR out. I mean, I featured Mind the Gap. I featured British Railway. I featured SCR. Featured all the big ones, but not GCR. Had to fix that, didn't I? And so, 4 videos were all on GCR. There were Brimsley, St Durley Crossing or St Durley Crossing. How do you pronounce it? Is it St Durley or Durley?
Durley.
St Durley Crossing, because the whole time I've been calling it St Durley Crossing.
It's pronounced Durley.
Well, there you go then, St Durley Crossing. And then we had Backwell Holt, which is probably one of the more neglected stations on the line. And then we had Durrington Park, which was a station served by a pretzel sort of route. It's a line that operates in some sort of pretzel shape line, because it goes between Renford Central and Chelston Road, and it calls it Giles Mount twice, but it goes in some sort of pretzel loop.
Yeah, you need to be careful with GCR now.
Yeah, I know, because they still haven't fixed the signals, especially the one at Minstow Low. or Minestow as it's now called. I just call it as Minstow Low for nostalgic reasons.
Yeah.
I've not played GCR in like almost a year.
Well, good reason there, because the signals are absolutely buggered.
Are they?
If you try and go from Giles to Minestow, and you try and enter the platform 2, you'll just be held at a red signal, and it will not change, even if it's clear.
Wow.
So basically, you have to bypass it, otherwise you'll just be stuck at a red signal.
Gotland is a bit similar as well, I think.
Yeah, Gothland's also affected as well, but it's actually affected on both sides, because it happened on the Folkingham bound platform, where instead of going on the slow line, instead of going on the slow line, it put me on the fast line. Even when I had it set to basically, and it still had the multiple choices. Like, it still said Gothland on there, and I pressed the TRTS thing. Signal was still red. So in order to continue, I had to put it as Folkingham. Instead of going on the slow line, it put me on the fast line. And
so basically GCR's broken.
yeah, the TLDR is basically that.
Yeah, it's basically changed a lot over the years, basically.
I prefer the old GCR.
Well,
to be
if you
honest.
don't want to listen to me transport videos NI, fuck off. That's the best thing for you to do. If you don't want to hear me yapping a lot.
Nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, after the GCR videos, we then had 2 SCR videos, one from Newry and James Street. Then we had one from Corby Glen, where I saw the Midland Pullman. And then we finished the Christmas countdown at the Nene Valley Railway for the Bahamas Santa Special. Again, I took the family there. Hence why... And it was actually one that I didn't need to use sorry, can't show this symbol like I did with the Thomas one, because, you know, going through editing, looking back at the clips, they weren't there. Well, the family members weren't there, so that's a good thing. It saves me a whole lot of editing. And with that, that brings us to the end of the 2024 moments and whatnot. Oh, you're still here? I thought you grew sick and tired of me yapping. I thought you were just buggered off, like I suggested you to do. Right, so before we finish up, I mean, well, it's literally 2 in the morning and I'm still going. I'm gonna go on I'm gonna go on SCR on the private server and just do a driver's POV on the newly released Pendolino between Stepford and Lynn.
However, SCR has gone downhill with their updates, really.
Yeah, there's been a bit of controversy with this update because, you know,
The Game Pass is like 1,000 Robux or something.
Yeah, exactly that. The Long Trains Game Pass cost like 1,000 Robux, and luckily, I had, well, more than enough Robux to actually buy it. I mean, look how much Robux I've got now. I had like thousands of Robux, now I've gone down to 240. And it's probably going to go down even further because of the cost of the private servers. Oh, shut up, Lewis. Right, so which one should I drive? Should I drive the 9 car or the 11 car?
9 car.
Well, I mean, they don't really make much difference, but I just thought, which one should we go with first, the 9 or the 11? I mean, I could just go, well, Stepford to Lynn in either 9 or 11, and go back to Stepford with the other.
You could start with a 9 car and then do the 11 car.
Yeah, could do. Yes, it's 2.1.2. Hello, BR. We're on SCR right now. We're about to drive the newly released Pendolino, which is a train that I've long called for to be released into this game, amongst other things, but this here is a start.
Should have the Pendolino on British Railways.
Yeah, I wish they would.
And the 2D buys that.
Indeed. Right, so we're going to start with the 9 car one up to Lynn from Stepford, and then we're going to come back down again on the 11 car one.
I'm surprised you're not tired yet, Adam.
Beg your pardon?
I'm surprised you're not tired yet.
Well, I know if I'm tired, if I feel all drunk. You know that drunk feeling where your eyes go, that sort of feeling?
I know how it was the other night when you woke me up.
Well, you was active when I sent you a picture of Crazy Blocks.
Yeah, my phone has a thing where it shows that I'm active, but my Wi-Fi ain't on, sort of thing.
Why, did you fall asleep with your phone on?
I
Yeah.
do that all the time. Don't use charged.
Huh. Okie dokie. See you later.
I guess we'll see him when the last one's done there.
Yeah, I don't know where Jack's gone off.
Didn't even notice me. Normally I'm just someone asleep down there, but I'm still awake.
I'm not going to go too fast because the speed's going to go down in a minute.
I'll probably head off in around 15 minutes.
You do what you've got to do.
When it comes to being on call with people, I never use Messenger. It's mostly on Instagram or Discord.
Well, they all do the same job, don't they? What's this here? I'm going to pop off now. Happy New Year. Okay. Happy New Year. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Now pulling into Stepford Central. I do wish the express went down to... well, no. I wish the express went over to Victoria. Because they have platforms. Some of the platforms are actually long enough to accommodate a train at this length, I think. I don't know about 11 car or even 10, but I think they can certainly fit a 9 car.
Is Express the orange trend or is that Airbank?
Express is the purple one.
It shows how long it's been since I've heard SCR.
This is Stepford Central. This train terminates here. All change, please. Thank you for travelling with us today.
Yep, the LNER voice on a Pendolino. I've never heard that before. Right, let's go on to the next
train
route.
now standing at platform 0 is the 0208 Stepford Express, service to Lynn by the Sea via Benton. Calling at Benton, Leighton, Stepford Road, Leighton City, West Wyvern, and Lynn by the Sea. This train is formed of 9 coaches. First class is located at the rear of the train.
Is it now?
I'd never thought there'd come a day where I'd hear 9 coaches be heard on the announcements on this game. Until now. I'm surprised they didn't add a 12 car. Seeing as they've gone and added a 11 car.
Welcome on board this Stepford Express service to Lynn by the Sea. We will call at Benton, Leighton Stepford Road, Leighton City, West Wyvern, and Lynn by the Sea. The next station will be Benton.
CCTV is an operation on this service for your safety and security. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to our onboard team or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted. Sounds weird having the LNER voice on the Pendolinos. Right, put her to full speed. Alright. Yep, Happy New Year. Well, sit back, relax and enjoy the trip, I guess. Just passing Stepford East. Wonder why this isn't working. So it's still saying 0 miles an hour. And here I am doing 125. Well, about to do 90, because the thing's about to drop.
Does not stop here. Please stand back from the platform edge.
Please stand down from the platform edge. Sounds pretty funny, that. think because of time, like given how really late this is, we'll only go up to we'll only go between Stepford and Lynn, like towards Lynn, on this particular train, the 9-car Pendolino, and then I think we'll leave it.
At Benton. Change here for trains to Connolly, Esterfield, Farley, Greenslade, Morganstown, Newry, Port Benton, and Airport Terminal 2. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
The way she said Farley there. Farley. At least she could, at least this version of the LNER voice couldn't say more than the real one when it comes to, you know, change here for trains to ABC. Whereas the one in real life just goes, change here for trains to Skegness. Nothing else. You can also change there for Nottingham and Liverpool. Or at Peterborough, this is probably the worst one. She says, change here for trains to March. And that's it. No Norwich. No Cambridge. No Stansted Airport. Nothing of the sort. Just March. There are other places you can that you can go to besides Skegness and March.
Is Benton.
Main station.
This train is for Lynn by the Sea. The next station will be Leighton Stepford Road. Welcome on board this Stepford Express service to Lynn by the Sea. We will call at Leighton Stepford Road, Leighton City, West Wyvern, and Lynn by the Sea. The next station will be Leighton Stepford Road.
going over the Benton Bridge, which is quite a nasty lag spot here. There's Benton Bridge Station just to the left. And around here, there used to be a crossing around here. You could literally see it from the entrance of Benton Bridge Station. Passing Hampton Hargate. Past the abandoned Upper Sackville station. Of course, there is an Upper Sackville station, but it's on the loop line between Watermeeting and Hampton Hargate, the line of which you'll see in just a moment.
Stand back from the platform edge.
Now passing Rocket Parade, and we shortly be arriving into Leighton Stepford Road, one of 3 stations that
Stand back from the platform edge.
serve under the name of Leighton.
Shortly be arriving at Leighton Stepford Road. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
And Lynn by the Sea. This train is formed of 9 coaches. First class is located at the rear of the train.
Leighton Stepford Road. This train is for Lynn by the Sea. The next station will be Leighton City. Welcome on board this Stepford Express service to Lynn by the Sea.
The next station will be Leighton City.
We'll be arriving at Leighton City. Change here for trains to Leighton West and Railway Bay. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
You can also change at Edgemead for Railway Bay. I guess this is more of a quicker way. If anyone happens to be watching, do leave a comment so I know who's here.
Is Leighton City. This train is for Lynn by the Sea. The next station will be West Wyvern.
West Wyvern, a station that I adore. Why? Because it's based off of Grantham.
Welcome on board this Stepford Express service to Lynn by the Sea. We will call at West Wyvern and Lynn by the Sea. The next station will be West Wyvern.
Oh, hello Nathan. Didn't see you pop up. What do you mean? What's my PC specs? Are you on about what type of PC I got? It's a Lenovo. Got about 40 gigabytes of RAM on here. Hence why I can handle a game like this. What type? It's just a Lenovo with 40 gigabytes of RAM. With a Intel Core i7 8th generation processor. Oh, I see. What are you aiming to replace it with? Oh, whatever you do not throw it out. Well, I mean, if it still works, I'm sure the future generation would want to have a look at it. Because that's something that I do with my boys. You know, I still got my old Xbox 360 there, which I sometimes turn on for them to use. We've just passed Edgemead and Faymere. About to pass over the Wester Coast Viaduct.
Stop here. Please stand back from the platform edge.
And there's Wester Coast itself. Will Roblox Night return? That I don't know. Let's just see how this goes first, because, you know, I'm streaming this in the middle of the night. It's literally 2:30 in the morning.
Does not stop here. Please stand back.
That was Millcastle Racecourse, about to pass Millcastle in a minute. But yeah, the difference is because,
Not stop here. Please stand back.
you know, I'm able to stream right now on Roblox while everyone's in bed at a time when no one can actually come on here and prance about. Not to mention also that I'm on a private server, which means less idiotic folk. And also I've come to learn that with an SCR private server, the owner of the private server actually has a certain set of commands to use. Because I've seen Features Gaming use such commands. So if at one time I decide to stream on SCR again, I might put them commands to the test, see if they do anything. But for the time being, I just, the proper answer is just, I just don't know. You know, as I've said, I'm able to stream, Roblox right now at a time where I'm able to do it peacefully without any stupid people coming on, you know, with the screen recorder messages on their front, or with their characters just completely bollock naked. Or recently, in a now privatised St David's Day stream, some twonk thought
Shortly be arriving
it would
at
be
West Wyvern.
it would be funny
Please mind the gap between the
to have a
train and
picture
the
of my
platform.
house superimposed onto their front. Which is a breach of my privacy, because, you know, it's private residence, that's where I live.
This train is formed of 9 coaches. First class is located at the rear of the train.
You know, where I live, that's for me to worry about, and anyone else involved, not for silly people on the internet. Whoever that was, whoever that guy is, should be ashamed of yourself. Because that's my privacy you've put on the line.
West Wyvern. This train is for Lynn by the Sea. The next station will be Lynn by the Sea.
Do you still play Xbox? I think I'm following you on Xbox. Yeah, I still play on the Xbox. Well, sometimes I play Roblox on the Xbox, but the problem is, because some of these games keep updating, and some of them have gotten to the point where you can play them a short while, and then next minute it just crashes. SCR is a prime example. You can play on it for a little bit, as long as you try and set the graphics level to a low level, but it would still crash if you head through a heavy lag spike. GCR, we don't talk about GCR on Xbox. It used to work, but loading screen, and then after that, crash. Mind the Gap still works on it, as does
Welcome
on board this Stepford Express service to Lynn by the Sea. The next station will be Lynn by the Sea.
Yeah, but Mind the Gap works on Xbox, as does Trains Classic and Trains Express. British Railway works on Xbox, except you can't sit on the seats for some bizarre reason. And another thing, when I was playing on my brother's PlayStation 5 when he was over a couple of days ago, he was here for a few days, I wasn't able to go into first-person mode. I don't know if that's just on the PlayStation or if that's also happened on the Xbox as well. I've not tried British Railway on the Xbox, well, not for a bit anyway. Yeah, that happened to me as well, crashing at Leeton. It happened on the PlayStation as well. I don't think it happened on the Xbox, because when I tried going through Leeton, it went through just fine. Apart from the fact you can't sit on the seats, which is annoying, but I hope they'll get that sorted sooner or later. Why did someone take a picture of your house? Well, it's just because he's a penis head who just thinks that by doing
Please stand back from the platform edge.
by doing fucked up stuff, or because I'm streaming on Roblox out of all things, he thinks that he can gain something out of that. And can he be charged for that? Well, if he was in this country, yes, but the problem is I don't know where he comes from, because most of the lads, remember, I was on the South Wales game, and most of GWR operators' friends are either from Northern Ireland, Wales, or even from the Republic of Ireland, so it could even be from any of those three. But even so, I don't know. Could be from anywhere. But yeah, if it was in this country, then technically he could be charged, because, well, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that counts as doxing. Doxing private information, private residence. Allegedly. That's probably the word I probably should have used. Allegedly. I can't say for sure if that's the right term to describe it, doxing, but it's still breach of privacy. Make of that what you will. When I went on GCR once, I was waiting for the game to load, went on my phone, and after like an hour, the game still hadn't loaded. Well, I'm surprised it hadn't crashed after that point. With SCR at one time, the same thing happened when I tried to access this private server.
Between the train and the platform. This train terminates here. All change, please.
Right, now coming into Lynn by the Sea, where this service terminates. Hello, second person, whoever that may be. The stream will be coming to an end shortly after we pull into Lynn. And here we are,
Lynn by
arrival
the
at
Sea.
Lynn by the Sea on the new
This train
Pendolino.
terminates here. All change, please. Thank you for travelling with us today.
Right, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we shall leave it. So, hope you enjoyed this live stream. It went longer than I anticipated it to go. So, if you did enjoy it, don't forget to give this video, a live stream rather, will become a video after, a big fat thumbs up, and if this happens to be the first video you've ever seen by me, then please do consider hitting that subscribe button for more content, whether it be a live stream or a video, wherever that may be. I mean, I don't know if I'll be making any more live streams after this. This was, how you'd say, a test run after the incident that happened on St. David's Day last year. I enjoyed the stream. Happy New Year, Adam. Happy New Year to you, Typical Nathan. And Happy New Year to whoever that second person is who's watching. But yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And the first video of 2025 is actually going to be releasing later on today, actually. It will be released about 6 PM. It's actually just a short video on SCR on the Pendolino, which I actually filmed on. I actually filmed several days ago, but because of this thing where I said that the channel would be closed between like sort of Christmas and now, obviously I couldn't upload the video between those days, so that video will be released later on today. And on the 6th of January, so that's in a few days, I've got a batch of videos for my trip to London on the 21st, but obviously there was a video already being released on the 21st, which was day 21 of the Christmas countdown. So those videos will be released bit by bit on the 6th of January. So, yeah, that's all I've got to say. So I shall leave it there, let you guys go. I'm going to get some shut-eye. I'm pretty sure you all need to get some shut-eye, unless of course you're international viewers, in which case do what you like. But anyways, thanks for watching, Happy New Year, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Very bad act.